The sun beats down mercilessly on cracked earth that stretches to the horizon. Heat waves shimmer above scattered ruins of the old world, rusted vehicles, collapsed billboards, bleached bones of civilization. A figure stumbles across the landscape. James Carter, late 30s. Beard overgrown, clothes tattered and sun-bleached, lips cracked from dehydration. He clutches an empty canteen. James falls to his knees, gasping. He looks up at the merciless sun, then collapses face-first into the dust. The shadow of a horse falls across James's prone body. Hoofbeats approach slowly, deliberately. Asha 50s, an Apache woman with silver-streaked black hair braided with copper wire and turquoise beads, sits astride a paint horse. Her face is weathered but strong, eyes sharp and calculating. She wears a mixture of traditional Apache clothing and salvaged tactical gear. A rifle rests across her saddle. She dismounts gracefully, studying James with the clinical assessment of someone who has seen many die in the Wasteland. She nudges him with her boot. He groans weakly. ASHA in Apache, subtitled, Still Alive. Stubborn. She kneels, checks his pulse, examines his hands, calloused, but not from Wasteland survival. Scholar's hands that learned hard labor too late. ASHA CONT'd. In English, city dweller. You're far from home. She pulls a water skin from her saddle, lifts his head, and carefully gives him water. James coughs, sputters, his eyes flutter open. James, horse, are you real? ASHA real enough to let you die if I choose. She releases him and stands, studying him with an intensity that makes James uncomfortable even in his weakened state. James, please. I've been walking for days. ASHA weeks, by the look of you. What are you running from? James, everything. The settlements, they're gone. Disease took them. I'm the only one who... He trails off, emotion catching in his throat. ASHA the immunity plague. We heard rumors. James not immune. Just lucky. Wrong place, right time. Asha circles him slowly, like a predator evaluating prey. ASHA you have knowledge. I can see it. Engineer? Doctor. James botanist. Agricultural scientist. For all the good it did. ASHA perhaps more good than you know. She makes a decision, extends her hand. ASHA CONT get up. I'm taking you with me. James why? ASHA because I choose to. That's reason enough. James rides behind Asha on the paint horse. The landscape gradually changes. More vegetation appears. Hardy desert plants thriving in hidden moisture. James, where are you taking me? ASHA home. James, and where is home? ASHA where my people have always been. You'll see. James, your people, your Apache? ASHA Chiricahua. My grandmother's grandmother knew Geronimo's stories. We remembered when to fight and when to vanish. When the world fell, we were already ghosts. James, the first thought. I thought everyone was gone. ASHA most are. We're what remains. And we intend to continue. There's weight to her words that James doesn't yet understand. They approach a narrow canyon entrance, easy to miss. Asha gives a bird call, complex, specific. It's answered from above. They enter the canyon. The walls rise high on both sides, creating natural fortifications. The passage opens into a hidden valley, a desert oasis with water, cultivated plants, and a small community of perhaps 40 people. Children play near irrigation ditches. Women tend gardens. Men work leather and metal. Everyone stops to watch as Asha rides in with a stranger. James, amazed, you've built something real here. ASHA, we've preserved something real. There's a difference. An elderly woman, Nate 70s, approaches. She wears traditional dress, her face a roadmap of wisdom. Nate in Apache, subtitled, You brought an outsider, matriarch. ASHA in Apache, subtitled, I brought possibility, elder. Nate, switching to English, to James, You are welcome, stranger, under the matriarch's protection. But understand, you are on trial here. We all are every day. James the first understands. Asha dismounts. Thank you. Hands the reins to a young boy. ASHA feed him, water him, let him rest. Tomorrow we talk. James sits by a fire, cleaned up, fed, wearing borrowed clothes. He watches the community, families together, stories being told, children learning old songs. Nate sits beside him, offering him tea made from desert plants. Nature wondering why you're here. James, your matriarch, said she'd explain. Nate, she will. But first, let me tell you a story. Before the fall, our people were few. Disease, poverty, the slow genocide of broken promises had whittled us down. But we survived. We always do. James, how many are you now? Nate, 42 souls. We have children, yes, but not enough. Not enough diversity in our blood. We've seen what happens when the pool becomes too shallow. James begins to understand, his expression shifting. Nate, CONT'd, the old world tried to erase us. The new world tried to kill everyone. We need new blood. Strong blood. Smart blood. James, you're asking me to. Nate, Asha is asking. I'm just preparing you for the question. James, why me? I'm nobody. I couldn't save my own people. Nate, you survived. That's not nothing. And you have knowledge we need. But more than that, Asha chose you. She's our leader. She sees things others don't. Asha stands at the canyon's edge, looking out over the wasteland. James approaches carefully. James, your elder, said you wanted to talk. Asha, I want you to understand what I'm offering. And what it costs. James, the first thing I understand. You want me to father children. Help rebuild your bloodline. ASHA, it's more than that. I'm offering you purpose. Belonging. A reason to survive beyond mere survival. She turns to face him, her expression intense. ASHA, CONT'd. I had a husband. 2 children. The first plague took them, before the big one. I became matriarch because I was strong enough to lead when others couldn't. But I'm still a woman. Still capable of bearing. I want one more child. A daughter, if the spirits are kind. James, you want me to be the father. ASHA, yes. And not just for me. We have 7 women of childbearing age. All strong. All willing. All understanding what's at stake. James, overwhelmed. You're talking about breeding stock. That's what you see me as. ASHA sharp. I see you as survival. As hope. Don't reduce this to your city sensibilities. This is about a people continuing to exist. Your people are gone, James. You're alone. Here, you could have family. Children. Legacy. James, and if I say no. ASHA, then you rest 3 days, and we send you on your way with water and food. You owe us nothing. She steps closer, her voice softening slightly. ASHA, so indeed, but you'll die out there. Alone. Another skeleton in the sand. Here, you could live. You could matter. James, and if I say yes, what does that life look like? ASHA, you work. Everyone works. You teach us what you know about plants, agriculture, science. You help us become stronger. You'll have respect, protection, purpose. And yes, you'll father children. My child first. James, why you first? ASHA, because I'm matriarch. Because I choose. Because I need you to understand this is about more than biology. It's about creating something strong enough to endure. James walks to the edge, looking down at the small community. James, in the old world, this would be complicated. ASHA, the old world is dead. It died because it was weak, divided, foolish. We're building something different. Something that remembers the old ways, but isn't afraid of the new. James, how long do I have to decide? ASHA, until moonrise tonight. Then I need your answer. She walks away, leaving him alone with his thoughts. James sits with Taza, 28, a warrior with a scarred face and kind eyes. Taza, you're struggling with this. James, wouldn't you? Taza, my wife, is one of the 7 women Asha spoke of. James looks at him, shocked. James, and you're okay with this? Taza, my wife, and I have no children after 5 years. The sickness we both survived, it left damage. She can bear, but I cannot give seed. I want her to have children. I want our people to continue. James, but they wouldn't be yours. Taza, they would be ours. We would raise them together. Love them together. In the old days, before the white man, our people understood that family was more than blood. Community raised children, not just 2 people in isolation. James, this is hard for me to wrap my head around. Taza, because you're thinking like a man from the dead world. Think like a man who wants to build a living one. He stands, places a hand on James's shoulder. Taza, so indeed, whatever you decide, decide it honestly. We don't want reluctance. We want commitment. Half measures kill communities. James walks through the cultivated areas, examining plants. KYA 25. A young woman with observant eyes works nearby. KYA, you know plants. James the first used to. Feels like another lifetime. KYA, Asha says you're a scientist. That you could help us grow more food in less space. James, maybe. I'd need to see what you're working with, what resources you have. KYA, I'm one of the 7. James stops, looking at her. KYA, Suantid, I wanted you to know. So when you look at us, you know we're not just faces. We're women who've made a choice. We're not victims. We're volunteers. James, can I ask why? KYA, because I'm 25, tired of burying potential. 8 children because when Asha says she sees hope in you, because I trust her vision. James, what if I'm not what she thinks I am? KYA, then you're still better than nothing. And nothing is what we'll have if we don't try. She returns to her work, leaving him with those words. Asha stands in the same spot as before. James approaches, his decision made evident in his posture. James the first want to understand something first. ASHA asked. James, why me? Really? You could have taken anyone from the settlements before they fell. You could have chosen from dozens, hundreds of men. Asha, I chose you because when I looked into your eyes, I saw someone who survives not through violence, but through adaptation. Someone who thinks, my people are strong, but we need more than strength. We need wisdom, innovation. James, you saw all that in a dying man. Asha, I saw your hands, calloused from labor, but shaped by precision work. I saw your pack, organized despite your desperation. I saw you survive in a wasteland that kills most in days. And I saw something else. James, what? ASHA, loneliness. Deep loneliness. You want to belong to something again. James is silent for a long moment. James the first had a wife, a daughter. The first wave of disease took them. I buried them with my own hands. ASHA, I'm sorry. James the first don't want to replace them. I need you to know that. If I do this, if I stay, it's not because I'm trying to recreate what I lost. ASHA, I'm not asking you to replace anything. I'm asking you to build something new. James, then my answer is yes. I'll stay. I'll father your child. I'll help your people survive. Asha's expression softens, showing vulnerability for the first time. ASHA, this won't be easy. Our ways are different. You'll struggle. You'll doubt. James the first, no. ASHA, but if you commit, truly commit, you'll never be alone again. You'll have family, purpose, legacy. James, I'm ready. ASHA, then tomorrow, we begin the ceremonies. Tonight, you rest. Prepare yourself. The community gathers in a large natural cavern lit by firelight. The walls are painted with traditional Apache symbols mixed with new iconography. Adaptation and tradition intertwined. James stands before the community, wearing ceremonial clothing. Asha stands beside him, regal and commanding. ASHA in Apache, then English. We gather to witness a new beginning. This man, James Carter, has chosen to join us. Not as a captive, not as a servant, but as family, as father to our future children, as teacher, as one of us. Nate steps forward with a bowl of paint. Nate, do you, James Carter, swear to protect this community with your life? James the first, do. Nate, do you swear to share your knowledge freely, holding nothing back for personal gain? James the first, do. Nate, do you swear to father children with honor, knowing they belong not just to you but to all of us? James the first, do. Nate paints traditional symbols on his face and arms. Nate, then, by the authority given to me by generations past, I welcome you, James Carter, as one of the people. You are Apache now. You are family. The community erupts in traditional calls and songs. Women begin a ceremonial dance. Children play drums. Asha takes James's hand, leading him to a private chamber carved into the canyon wall. The space is simple but beautiful, woven blankets, pottery, personal items that speak of a life lived with intention. Candles provide soft light. ASHA, are you frightened? James, terrified. ASHA, good. Fear means you understand the weight of this. She removes her ceremonial adornments slowly, deliberately. ASHA, CONT'd. I'm not a young woman anymore. My body has lived. It bears scars. It tells stories. James, so does mine. ASHA, then we'll learn each other's stories. She approaches him, cups his face in her hands. ASHA, so indeed, I need you to know something. This is sacred. Not just biology. Not just necessity. We're creating life. A child who will carry both our legacies. That's not something I take lightly. James, neither do I. ASHA, then let's begin this new chapter. Together. They embrace, the scene fading as the camera pulls back through the doorway, showing the community celebration continuing outside. The valley has transformed. New irrigation systems, expanded gardens, better structures. James works alongside Taza, installing a water collection system. Taza, you've done more in 6 months than we managed in 3 years. James, you had the foundation. I just added some techniques I learned before. Taza, modesty doesn't suit you, brother. James smiles at the word brother. James, how Sana? Feeling? Taza, morning sickness is brutal, but she's strong. 3 months along. She's happy. James, and you? Taza, I'm going to be a father. How do you think I feel? They share a moment of genuine friendship. Taza, CONT'd, you were right to stay. You've become one of us. Asha sits weaving a basket, her belly showing the swell of pregnancy. James enters, covered in dust from the day's work. James, how are you feeling? ASHA, like I'm carrying the future. Heavy but worth it. James sits beside her, places his hand on her belly. James, still think it's a girl? Asha, I know it's a girl. I dreamed her. She'll be fierce like her mother, clever like her father. James, and humble, clearly. Asha laughs. A sound James has come to cherish, as it comes rarely. ASHA, you've adjusted well. Better than I expected. James, the first had good teachers. And good reason. ASHA, do you ever regret it? Staying? James, every day I wake up with purpose instead of just survival. No, I don't regret it. ASHA, even sharing a wife with the community? James, you're not a wife. You're a partner. There's a difference. ASHA, yes. There is. She takes his hand. ASHA, CONT'd. 3 other women are pregnant now. Kaya, Sana, and Maria. All healthy. All strong. You're giving us something precious. James, we're giving each other something precious. That's what I've learned. This isn't about one person saving another. It's about all of us choosing to survive together. ASHA, my wise scientist. You've become quite the philosopher. James, the Wasteland teaches, or it kills. I chose to learn. James stands watch with Hashka, 40s, a warrior and hunter. Hashka, see that dust cloud? James, raiders? Hashka, maybe. Maybe just wind. But we prepare for raiders. He signals to the valley. Silently, efficiently, the community moves into defensive positions, a drill they've practiced countless times. Hashka, so indeed, you know how to shoot? James, Asha taught me. Hashka, good. Because our children need fathers who can protect them, not just feed them. The dust cloud resolves into 3 figures on foot, desperate, harmless. Hashka, CONT'd, refugees. Like you were. James, what do we do? Hashka, we bring them to Asha. She decides. The 3 refugees, 2 men and a woman, kneel before Asha, who stands with the authority of a true leader. The community gathers around. Refugee woman, please. We've been walking for weeks. We heard rumors of a place. A community that survived. ASHA, you heard correctly. But survival has a price. Refugee man number 1 will work. We'll do anything. Please. Asha looks at James, who stands nearby. Their eyes meet. A silent conversation. ASHA, what skills do you have? Refugee woman, I was a nurse. Before. Refugee man number 1, I can work metal, fix things. Refugee man number 2, I'm not good at much. But I'm strong. I can lift, carry, dig. Asha considers them carefully. ASHA, we will feed you. Give you water. Tend your wounds. You will stay 3 days. In that time, we'll evaluate whether you can join us permanently. If you prove worthy, you'll be offered what all new members are offered, family, protection purpose. If not, you'll be sent on your way with supplies. Refugee woman, thank you. Thank you. ASHA, don't thank me yet. Earning a place here is harder than surviving in the wasteland. She nods to Hashka, who leads the refugees away. James approaches Asha. James, you'll take them. Asha, the woman, probably. She has skills we need desperately. The metalworker, maybe. The third, we'll see. James, 6 months ago, that was me. Asha, yes. And look what you've become. James, what if they don't fit? What if they can't adapt? Asha, then. They leave. We can't save everyone, James. We can only build something strong enough to save ourselves. That's the hard truth of this world. The community gathers for a meal, a celebration of plenty after the harvest. Children run and play. Pregnant women are treated with gentle reverence. James sits with Taza, Hashka, and other men who've become his brothers. Hashka, 5 more months. We'll have 4 new children. 5, if Asha's right about her twin sense. James, she's not having twins. Taza, laughing. She said she dreamed 1 child. Asha's dreams don't lie. James, science says. Hashka, your science is from the dead world. Asha's dreams are from our ancestors. I know which I trust. They laugh together, the easy companionship of men who've become family. Across the fire, Asha watches James, a small smile on her face. Nate sits beside her. Nate in Apache, subtitled, You chose well, Matriarch. Asha in Apache, subtitled, He's given us more than children. He's given us hope, vision, a bridge between what we were and what we must become. Nate, will you take another? For second child? Asha, perhaps. The metalworker shows promise. Diversity strengthens the blood. Nate, you think like a matriarch. Good. We need that now more than ever. The community has nearly doubled. New structures, thriving gardens, children everywhere. The sound of life. James, now fully Apache in dress and bearing, teaches a group of teenagers about plant genetics using seeds and a makeshift lab. James, remember, every seed carries potential. But potential needs the right conditions to flourish. Soil, water, protection from predators. Just like you. The teenagers absorb his lesson with genuine interest. Nearby, Asha walks with a toddler, her daughter, Ishda, who has her mother's fierce eyes and her father's curious nature. Asha is pregnant again, barely showing. Ishda, mama, when will I be big? Asha, sooner than I'd like, little hawk. Sooner than I'd like. Ishda, will I be matriarch like you? Asha, if you're strong enough. Wise enough. If the people choose you. Ishda, I'll be strong. Watch. She runs ahead, chasing butterflies with other children. James finishes his lesson and joins Asha. James, how many is that now? Total children? Asha, 17 born since you arrived. 8 more coming in the next few months. We're growing. James, almost too fast. We'll need to expand the valley, find new water sources. Asha, always planning. Always thinking ahead. This is why I chose you. James, you chose me because I was dying in the desert and stubborn enough to survive. Asha, I chose you because I saw what you could become. What you have become. They watched the valley together. Their community. Their family. Their legacy. James, sometimes I think about that day. If you'd ridden past me. If I died there. Asha, but you didn't. I didn't. We made different choices. And here we are. James, here we are. Asha, do you miss it? The old world. James, sometimes I miss the ease of it. The abundance. But this feels more real. More honest. We survive because we choose to, every day. We build because we must. We love because it matters. Asha, well said, father of my children. Ishta runs back, crashing into James's legs. Ishda, Papa. Papa. Show me the fast-growing plants again. James, lifting her up again. We looked at them this morning. Ishda, but they're different now. Plants change. James, to Asha, she's right. They do change. Asha, like people. Like communities. Like bloodlines. She places her hand on her belly. Asha, cont, this one's a boy. I dreamed him. Strong and gentle, like his father. James, your dreams again. Asha, my dreams have never been wrong. Nate approaches, leaning on a walking stick but still strong. Nate, matriarch, the refugees from the eastern settlement have arrived. 12 of them. They request sanctuary. Asha, 12. That's our biggest group yet. Nate, they heard stories of a place where people survive, where children are born healthy, Where there's hope,